All right, so we have a question here from you, Bob, 123322167, and this is my favorite kind of question. This is the hey, how do you do this question? So I've been in math classes where they gave me homework and I had no idea how to do the problem, no clue. In fact, I had one teacher who would handwrite problems, the entire pages of them in pencil, and then photocopy the pencil writing and then give us it. You couldn't even read it. So I'm going to help you out, Bob. Let's start with number 37. We got y equals 3x plus 7. Okay, that's the equation of a line. All right. And we are to find a line parallel to that line and running through the point 2, 3, and a line perpendicular to that line, also running through the point 2, 3. So we need that point 2, 3. Okay, so our line is in that the form, the slope intercept form, which is given by y equals mx plus b. And so m is the slope and b is the intercept, right? We need this guy, we need the slope. So if we look here, 3 is in that position. It's the one that's multiplied by the independent variable, okay? So m equals 3. That's the one we need, all right? What does it mean to have two lines parallel? It means they never cross, they have the same slope. So we need to create a line which runs through this point 2, 3, okay, that has the same slope. And that's going to give us the parallel line. Then we need to do the same process again, but with a different slope to make it perpendicular. And the slope that makes it perpendicular is the negative reciprocal. So our first line will have m equals 3, and our second line will have m equal negative 1 over 3. That's the negative reciprocal of 3. All right. So I'm going to write just below our point P here a quick reminder. Recall that the form of a line, which is the point slope form of a line, is given by y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Okay, and if you ever forget this, just think about what your slope formula is. It's rise over run, right? So it's the change in y over the change in x. And sometimes you'll see it like this. You only need one particular point. You don't need 2 points. You need 1 point and one variable. So the y's go together, the x's go together. You start with that, and you multiply both sides by the denominator here, and that brings this up to here and gives you this. Okay, so if you ever forget, that's how you do it. That's how you remember the point slope formula. Okay, so these are the coordinates of a point. Which point? Our point. Okay, it's going to be the point that we want this line to run through. And then these are our slopes, the m values. Okay, so we're just going to plug and chug into this formula right here. And we're going to get y minus y1, which is 3, equal to m times x minus x1, which is 2. Okay, and then we can leave it in this, oops, I should have put this value in for m here, 3. So y minus y1, 3 is our y1, equals m, 3 is our m, times x minus x1, and here 2 is x1, okay? Now we can distribute this 3, let's distribute the 3, we'll get y minus 3 equal to 3x minus 6, and then we'll add 3 to both sides, and we get y equals 3x minus 3. So this is the same thing. These are both equations of a line. This one is the point slope, this is the slope intercept. So whichever one they want you to report, that's the one you're going to report. Now, let's do the same thing. We're going to use the same point because we want this line to run through the same points. We're going to say y minus y1, oops, we'll just plug in the y1. Y minus y1 is 3, equal to m. Now here m is negative 1/3 times x minus x1, which in this case is 2. So we got y1 and x1 from here, and then m came from, we want this line to be perpendicular, so it's the negative reciprocal of this one, which is the same as this one, okay? These two are parallel, that's why they're the same, and this one is perpendicular, that's why the negative reciprocal. And then let's put this in slope-intercept form the same way we did before. We'll distribute the 1/3, and we get negative x over 3, and then negative 1/3 times a negative 2 is a positive 2/3. And then we add 3 to both sides, we get y equals negative x over 3, and then plus 3 is 9/3, plus 2/3 is 11/3. Okay, so we have two equations in slope-intercept form, and that gives us a line perpendicular, and I'm sorry, parallel. This is parallel, and this is perpendicular. Okay, so let's get rid of that. I guess, you know, that was 37. Let's just run through them all. It'll be fun. And I'm not going to give the whole spiel for everyone. I'm just gonna do it. Okay, so this is going to be negative 2x minus 5, negative 2x minus 5, and our point is going to be negative 1/4. Okay, so we want the same slope because it's going to be parallel, so we'll say y minus 4 equals m, which is negative 2 times x minus x1, so x minus negative 1 is plus 1. And then we'll distribute and add, we'll get y equals negative 2x plus 4, nope, plus 2. Minus 2 plus 4 is plus 2. Okay, so this is our parallel line. And then let's do our perpendicular. So we want the negative reciprocal of this slope, which is going to be 1/2. Okay, so we're going to say y minus 4 equal to 1/2 times x minus negative 1 is plus 1. Okay, and then distribute and add the 4, we get y equals 1/2 x. So 1/2 plus 4 is 9/2. This is an x there. All right, that's 38. This is the slope-intercept, but these are both equations for lines. You can use either one. The first one's the point slope, the second is slope-intercept. All right, let's do 39. Okay, so this one we got to solve a little bit for it. So 4x plus 3y equals 8. So 4x plus 3y equals 8. And we need to get this into our y equals mx plus b format by solving for y. So we're going to minus 4x from both sides, transpose that 4x over there, and we'll get 3y equals negative 4x plus 8. Divide through by 3, we get y equals negative 4/3 x plus 8/3. Okay? Here is our slope. So when we make a parallel line, it's going to have the same slope. Let's pull our point from the problem. Point is 4, negative 2. 4, negative 2. Okay, so we want the same slope, so we're going to say y minus y1. Here's our y1. And so it's minus negative 2 equal to m, which is negative 4/3, times x minus x1, which is 4. And then this becomes y plus 2 equal to negative 4/3 x plus 16/3. And then we're going to subtract 2. We get y equals negative 4/3 x. Plus 16 minus 6 is plus 10/3. Okay. And, let's do perpendicular. So if this is our slope, we want the negative reciprocal for perpendicular. We are going to get 3/4. So we're going to say y minus negative 2 is going to be plus 2 equals m, which we took the negative reciprocal, so it's going to be 3/4 times x minus x1, which is 4. Okay, this is going to look nice. So we're going to get y equals 3/4 x. Now 3/4 times a negative 4 is -3, minus 2 is a -5. So, boom. I think we have one more. We might have one more. Let's see. How are we going to do it? No, I think let's save this last one for Bob. Bob, I think you got this one, man. Or woman, I don't want to assume anything. Bob, you got this. You're a math prodigy. You just didn't know it. So see if you can follow that. You got 3 nice examples, and I wish you the best of luck. Hit me back if you can't figure it out.